We're going to be talking about LizzBeeArt and ForestSeven incident that happened on Twitter recently. This is kind of wild, you guys. Basically, this person, LizzBeeArt, popped this thread and they were like, 800 plus VTubers have been scammed by an AI company. Were you one of them? As I started doing VTuber commissions, I checked other artists with the same price range as mine. I got curious because some of my clients got models from this company. I decided to check more about it. Why would they charge such a price for a really good render quality while having many beginner mistakes? After a little digging, I understood why, and here it is. They were like, they're using AI art. So they called out this company that's called ForestSeven. They got community contexted, but they put LizzBeeArt is using the fear of AI to smear their competition and engagement bait. This person they are accusing has provided multiple evidence contrary to the claims. They're like, all of the images taken were taken from their Etsy and portfolio. Not a single style ever repeats. It's not possible to always create a new model and a new style. All hands, eyes, ears are always different. So some of the things they were pointing out that they were like, this is definitely AI. With stuff like this, they tried to cover up the AI braid. There's a big difference in quality. It's not even rendered. Like, they were showing stuff like this. I've had to do this thing as well before, where I will message a client and I'll be like, here's an update, and then I'll have to be like, but ignore this part of it because I have to fix it in the rigging process. Certain layers and stuff can't be shown properly until you get all the clipping stuff together in Live 2D. Like, I can bring up my own model right now and I can show you an example of this. Okay, so this is like my model, right? There's certain layers and stuff when you're working on a VTuber model that just looks different when you actually import it into Live 2D. Like, for example, I can show this. I have a clipping layer that you're never gonna see, but I know it's there. You gotta add in extra layers and stuff as a Live 2D artist because you're working in a different medium than just illustration. Some of the images and stuff that she put up as this is proof of AI, some of it was just a work in progress that they were just sending to a client first. Eventually, they were just like, the eyes are weird. Basically, this was kind of thing that LizzzTheBee put out, where she's just like, look, these shadows don't match the hair. This is definitely AI art. This was all in the thread that she took down, but I saved some screenshots. LizzzTheBee said the AI artist is trying to defend himself while playing the victim. So many people that were his client confirmed here on comments and reposts about it. Drawing over the top or dividing in layers isn't proof. That is literally what I'm accusing him of. Gets AI and draws on. So she was basically saying like, this person does AI generated work and then draws on top of it. This is one of the person, Kyukeko. They got a model from this company. They were like, this is devastating. I am extremely against AI and I'm not sure if I should continue streaming with my model as much as I love it. I don't have the money for a new model and my old one is lost. If anyone has any advice, please let me know. So they were like, oh my god, my model is AI. Like, it freaked them out. Why wouldn't it? I can understand if you see something that you think is AI, you want to tell people about it, right? And there was another person who also got a model from them. This person, Lily, they said, I have 2 models from them. I was able to request the same artist and my first model was a literal frog. My models do not look like AI was involved. Perhaps it's more of they have artists who are using AI rather than the company as a whole. I couldn't find like who their artists were. After all of this, LizzzTheBee got accused of tracing their model as well. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. She called out a studio and said it's AI. And then she got called out. This is Bun Baby art. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But they're a very famous artist. This is their art. And then this is Lizz's art over the top of it. And everyone was like, why is your face pixel to pixel? LizzzTheBee went in and was like, my height is different. My pose is different. And then everyone also jumped on them again and was like, this is almost identical. Bun is someone who has had their art stolen so many times. They've had their art put through AI. I feel really bad for Bun because they're just trying to draw art and stay in their lane and chill and things. They constantly get their art stolen. That was really sad. But yeah, I feel bad for Bun. They don't deserve that. If you do see stuff from ForestSeven that looks like AI art, maybe some of it was AI art, but all of the proof that ForestSeven did put out, it looked legit. And a lot of the clients that were working with them were like, no, I worked with like these actual artists. You know, maybe there are some bad actors in the company and that needs to be fixed. The last thing I wanted to talk about was this thread that was put out by Firozera. Again, I hope I'm saying the names correctly. Firozera. I posted about this before on my alt, but wanted to do more. Here's some handy tips on how to spot AI generated art. I think it's a good thing to be educated about this. This might change in like a couple months. Every day AI is getting more and more tricky. You remember that video of like, I think it's Will Smith eating spaghetti? That was like AI, and everyone was like, this is stupid. AI is never going anywhere. And now AI is like like low-key kind of scary, you know? There's a lot of people that are getting tricked by it. And so if you don't know what you're looking for, it's really easy to get tricked. And if there's anyone out there who is thinking of getting a VTuber commission, you gotta know what you're looking out for. You don't want to get scammed out there, right? We want to be smart consumers. The general human population is not very observant as a whole, so it's not very hard to trick most people. That's true. You guys want to be smart consumers out there though, right? You want to be informed. So here are some good tricks that this person put in a thread. You will see all of these things in AI art. You see hair loops that just sort of like merge into each other. It's really bad at handling tangents. So you see it a lot in hair where the hair will kind of just merge into each other. Hands are also still a little wonky. A lot of times when you look at AI art, you can see there's like an extra finger. And again, it's a lot of these things at tangents where like two things are connecting to each other. Random flowers in the hair get merged into the plaid on the arm. So you can see there's just like a bows often miss a ribbon. Yeah, this happens a lot. Things that should have symmetry, it'll only have it on one side. This is a really good thread on AI art. LizzzTheBee thought this was AI because the eyes are weird. Quote unquote weird. Like this is something that can just be human error. I've seen a lot of VTuber models out there where the eyes are just kind of wonky. That's just how it is, you know? That's perfectly normal human error. I would cry if someone said that about my work. You'll see a lot of issues of just points merging into each other and smearing. They also just don't understand pattern. Like if you cover her face right now, her body's facing forward. Like this is the front of her body. It's just weird things like that. Sometimes it's not as obvious though. Like again, AI art is getting scarier, you know? At that point, you gotta just look into who you're commissioning. You gotta make sure that you actually see them do like work in progress pieces. You gotta make sure that other clients and stuff can vouch for them. You just gotta be careful out there that you don't get scammed. When it comes to art, there's like three things. The price of something. I'm writing with my mouse, okay? So don't mind it, okay? The price of something. And then you got the quality. And then you got time. And whenever these things get adjusted, the other things are gonna get adjusted. So if you see something that's like, we'll finish it super quickly, that means low-key that the quality of it is probably not gonna be that great, but maybe the price is pretty good. If you want something that's gonna be high quality, it's gonna take more time. And the price is also going to probably be expensive. These things all kind of interact with each other. So whenever you're commissioning someone, you got to like pay attention to this. In the case of the studio, this is probably what they were going for. Price of it is pretty low and they work with a lot of artists. So maybe you'll get inconsistencies in the quality. But the nice thing is that they'll probably pump it out in a timely manner. So just be a smart consumer. Maybe they did have some artists there that were using AI, but they probably should have talked to them first in private instead of just jumping the gun. That was a situation that went down between LizzBeeArt and ForestSeven. Don't forget to like and subscribe and watch me on YouTube. Bye. Bye. That was our YouTube segment. Everyone say bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube.